One of the nation's biggest arts festivals hits town this week. We're talking to the founder of the Harlem Fine Arts Show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hard to believe, but the holidays are now in full swing. We have some great suggestions to make the season bright, from healthy holiday favorites to some party decor ideas to die for. It's all ahead on today's People to People. Happy holidays. I'm Micah Mateer, and welcome to People to People. Let's get started. Our first guest, Chef David Fuller, has combined his love for food and community to make an impact on Chicago's South Side. David Fuller's here today. You're going to cook for us a little bit later, but let's learn a little bit about your history. You started cooking when you were how old?
8 years old.
Wow. That's young for a guy especially.
Well, real men cook.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. And all the real great chefs are men, aren't they?
Yes, but they're, they learn, a lot of those chefs learn from women. And so I think women are getting more credit for being the foundation of that. But men are born, with the gift of cooking.
Yeah, and here you are in Mississippi at a family reunion.
Yes.
How old are you there?
10 years old.
10 years old, and you had the charge of making the barbecue?
I had the burgers and the hot dogs. I told everybody to get away. I wanted to see, there's 3 grills there. I said I wanted to own it. So I was having fun.
Are you serious? That was your passion, wasn't it?
I think it was. It just was something that I wanted to do. I wasn't getting paid just at an early age. And I'm fortunate to have come into my passion at that age.
Now, you grew up in Englewood and Hyde Park area.
I was born in Englewood.
Yeah.
My parents divorced when I was 5 years old, and I moved to Hyde Park, and I grew up there.
And your mom was a teacher, and she's the one who kind of taught you how to cook.
Absolutely. She was a teacher in the Englewood community for 35 years. She's a retired teacher, and she was the one that actually introduced me to cooking.
And you loved going to the grocery store.
Yes, that was my favorite thing to do. On Fridays, we would go to the grocery store, and she would allow me to be involved in the food choices and what we're going to cook for the week, and that's where I got my initial lessons from, learning how to cook.
You've come a long way. Now some of your things are in the new Whole Foods in Englewood, right?
Whole Foods in Englewood, and actually in 51 Whole Foods in the Midwest region.
Wow. Tell us a little bit about your products.
Well, I have a Southern kale, which is a Southern interpretation of kale greens. It's cooked, it's very flavorful. The product is vegan, which is a crossover product, and I also have a braised greens, collard greens mixed with cabbage. We call them my favorite cousins.
Okay. Now, these are things that you hope that kids who were your age when you start doing too, because you're teaching them how to cook, aren't you?
Yes, so I've been a teacher for the past 12 years at Chicago Vocational Career Academy, and we've been teaching culinary arts and hospitality.
We used to call it CVS back in the day.
Right, it's still the V,
okay.
right. So it's modern name, Chicago Vocational Career Academy. But we try to focus on our program outside of workforce education and development, but really focusing in on healthy eating concepts. Most of the kids that we get come from the community in the inner city, so we have a target of communities of color, and they have all these poor eating habits. So it's my responsibility to kind of debunk these myths. The fresh vegetable ID, what does fresh spinach taste like? What does fresh broccoli taste like?
And a lot of the problems is because the areas that they live in are food deserts.
They're food deserts. And then we also have to show them you can't put hot sauce in everything.
Right.
So we're making a fresh vegetable pizza. They're going to grab for the hot sauce, so we have to hide the hot sauce. Of course, we use it some in the recipes, but we have to change the narrative of how they're eating on a regular basis.
And it's all about health, because in the long run, you don't want, poor health leads to diabetes, heart condition, things like that.
And so I think that some people think that these diseases are hereditary. So I want to impress upon the children and the community that we pass on poor eating habits. So by doing the work at the school, hopefully it brings back to the household. So if we send recipes, healthy recipes home, then they will be able to be involved in the shopping decisions just like I was at an early age. And it actually works.
Have you noticed a difference?
Oh, kids come back, they take pictures because in social media they post
Right.
what they prepare at home. They have excitement when mom or dad are like, and their family members are like, oh, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some families, they don't know what chicken tastes like baked. They don't know what greens taste like without pork or turkey in them. So that's a huge opportunity to teach them how to eat to live.
And you're kind of going to do that for us in a little bit, aren't
Yes,
you? All right,
little
all right.
sample.
We're going to come back because when we return, a look at one of David's most popular recipes. We'll be right back.